Manchester United narrowly beat Leicester City last night. These are the five things we learned. We saw Patrick Dorgu's debut. We saw a late Harry Maguire last-minute goal. Let's get straight into the five things we learned. Number one, Maguire saves Manchester United. It was a performance by Harry Maguire, which he did struggle at times, but it was Maguire's goal at the end, which was miles offside, which saved Manchester United, and sometimes you need that. And that is sometimes what happens when you don't have VAR. It sometimes goes in your favour, and I think Manchester United needed that. It was a great goal by Maguire, and I think he come up clutch in a moment where we needed him. I think with Maguire, he's been a very key player for us this season and has been very underrated, a quality player in that centre-back position. Looks so competent, got back to his straight self, leadership, quality on the ball, and overall having some very, very good performances. And the goal that came was absolutely fantastic. So you have to give so much credit to Maguire because that performance was fantastic. And yeah, I was very, very happy with it. Now, number two, impact subs. The subs did change the game. Garnacho coming on, Xerxes coming on, massively did help Manchester United. We were struggling with Højlund. There was no output. There was nothing going on. And I think when Xerxes came on, he changed it up. He was playing off the striker. He was linking up play. And that's ultimately what Xerxes' main strength is. The fact that he can link up play. The fact that he can get on the ball. It was it wasn't a great goal, but a goal that he couldn't miss. And that just comes from him being in the right positions. I think obviously Højlund struggled in the game, but when you brought on Xerxes, it was very, very good, and I really did like his performance. Again, it's probably better for him to come off the bench, but again, he changed the game. As well as Garnacho, he came on and was fantastic. Very, very good on the ball. Just constantly attacking his defender, one after one after one. Consistent duels, and that's something which is absolutely fantastic. I really did like Garnacho's performance. He put 3-4 good crosses in, and there's only one which really did benefit from, which was absolutely fantastic. So very, very happy for Garnacho, and I think he's someone who's still learning that position, but it was an absolutely fantastic performance. And I think the one thing he missed was a goal, and it was that great clearance by Okoli, which did save or prevent him from getting that goal. But I think Amorim did make some mad decisions, but yeah, let's see what happens with that. Now, the third thing, Dorgu made his debut. Now, it was very confusing. Dorgu made his debut for Manchester United on the right-hand side, something that I don't think many Manchester United fans expected. I don't think anyone expected to see Dorgu on that side. I think everyone expected him to be that left wing back that we needed, but obviously Amorim's seen something. He's only had 3 training sessions. The low barely offered anything, and that's why I thought Dorgu would be on the right, but his performance was good. I think he won the most duels in that first half. It was weird why Amorim did take him off. I would have kept him on the pitch, in my opinion. That's what I would have done. As I said, he's going to need more time. He'll have a few more training sessions in between now and the Spurs game, which is only a positive. I would personally like to see him on that left-hand side where he can really use the touchline. But it does show that Amorim obviously sees him there. And it's not like Dorgu hasn't played in that position. He has played on the right before for Lecce when he was there. But for me, he has to be our left wing back. I just, from the low, there's just nothing going on there going forward. There's no quality, there's no ability, there's just nothing. He looked like he's scared. And I think, yes, the whole Manchester United team's performance, but I think for me, Dorgu has to be that player that we continue to utilise in that left wing back position. But listen, as early on into his career, it was his first start, which was good to see. It shows Amorim's intentions. As I said, he's going to need more time to train. But again, listen, he's still a young player, and I'm sure he's going to add a lot more. He had a few good shots. He was trying to form a connection with Ahmad, but I think it's just easier for him if we do play him on the left-hand side. So that's the third thing we learned. Dorgu debut. I think he actually impressed, to be fair. Now, the fourth thing, United's lack of intensity. Again, it was just so boring watching Manchester United from the midfielders to the attack. The press was non-existent. Leicester were just playing their way through us. Having touch, like whenever they had a touch, they had 5 yards of space around them because just the press was non-existent, and that would be a huge concern for me. I think that would be a worry. The fact that there's no intensity from Manchester United, we're taking too long on the ball. People are scared. They're always going back. We need someone who's going to be able to take risks for Manchester United. And listen, whether that was Bruno, but it was just no one today. Everyone was a bit tepid on the ball. You could feel that anxiousness around Old Trafford again, which has been there for a long time, and that would be a huge concern for me. Listen, we're against a relegation Premier League side and we're struggling. We somehow got the win, but again, there are a lot of warning signs there. The fact that we're struggling against a team. Listen, they outplayed us in large parts of that game. They were playing good possession football. They had chances to score the goal in which they scored. Listen, Ugarte just got caught out from that, and then they go on and score. Just no one picking up the runners. I think a lot of players were non-existent, mainly Bruno, Højlund. Like a lot of them key players, Ugarte, like he was just going back to his usual self. So that would be the biggest worry for me. Now the fifth and final thing, we missed the ball carrier, someone who can progress through the lines, the ball from through the lines. We missed it from Garnacho, no, from Lisandro Martinez making balls over to Garnacho, what he used to do. Like we missed someone who can carry the ball. And yes, you got to give credit to Euro, because he actually tried to do it, but no one else really did, and no one else could have done it. And I don't know who we're going to get in that position. I think Mazraoui was doing bits as well, trying, but ultimately it wasn't good enough by Manchester United, and that would be the biggest worry for me. But listen, let's see what happens. It was the performance that lacked intensity. As I said, we need someone who can progress the ball through the lines, make those line-breaking passes. Who's that going to be? We really don't know. I think Dorgu can try and, like, Dorgu someone who can progress the ball up the pitch as well, but a very worrying performance. We needed a Maguire last minute. It was some very confusing decisions by Amorim, and I think he is kind of at fault for this. I mean, we did win the game, but I think he was kind of at fault for some of the performances we put in. But listen, let's see what happens. We progress. The fifth round will be on Monday. Obviously, Arsenal, we knocked them out, so that's a big team that's not going to be in there. We'll see who else goes through. Leighton Orient actually beating Man City 1-0, so listen, we'll have to see what happens. But they're the 5 things we learned. I think listen, Dorgu impressed on his debut. I think Amorim will be happy with that. I think Mazraoui had a decent performance. That tackle was good, but other than that, there weren't too many great performances by Manchester United. Ahmad, a lot of these performers were struggling quite a bit. But listen, let's see what happens. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And listen, we got 9 days now, 8 days to train. We'll probably have about 5-6 training sessions in there. And listen, we need to go to Tottenham and try and get a win, because listen, Tottenham will batter us if we play how we did yesterday against Leicester. Because yes, Tottenham are low down in the table, but they have clinical finishers. They have players, Richarlison's actually out injured. Kulusevski, yes, they might not be on form, but they are players who can really cause problems for Manchester United. So let's see what happens. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you are new, and if you did enjoy this video. But they are the 5 things that we did learn